Hey, what's up, everybody? So yeah, this is obviously the live chat is not enabled. Uh, I don't. I personally, it feels like I'm alone. It feels like I'm missing, you know, community when I don't get to have a live chat, and it's not how I prefer to stream. I feel like it's almost the antithesis of streaming is not having the live chat is part of the pleasure usually. But it also causes a lot of pain. I want to just address a bit about what's going on with the lawsuit. It's unfortunate that I have to do this, but I think I just need to address really just the heart of the matter, as it were. Uh, I'm not suing because I hold a grudge, or because I hate anybody, or because I want to hurt anybody, or because I want to cause anybody stress, or cause anybody undue burden or expenses or anything like that. I am only doing what I have to do to remedy the damages that I sustained as a result of certain behaviors and certain lack of behaviors in some cases. It has nothing to do with me wanting anyone to suffer. I'm not angry. I mean, to say I'm not angry would be true right this second, but ultimately, yes, there is some anger. There's frustration. I'm sick and tired of people, coming in the live chat and harassing me, um, and making malicious content about me, that violates YouTube's policies. That violates YouTube's policies. That is why YouTube is being sued for fraud, because they have violated their own policies, per my understanding. Well, no, per the facts. I don't quite understand. I think I was a bit naive about the way that lawyers act. I really didn't believe that lawyers would lie so much. I didn't believe that. I, I, I thought that I don't know what I believed. I really hadn't never been involved in litigation before. But this is not about a personal grudge, right? It's not a gossipy thing. It's not fun either. It's not entertainment. It's not entertaining to me. It's not fun to have to do, but I really feel that there's no other choice. There's just no other option. Look, I can't even have the live chat because it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It causes so much pain. And it's also, there's so many lies that are being said. And then there's so much harassment going on towards me personally, which is why I'm suing, because otherwise I wouldn't have grounds. And I'm not a lawyer, so I can't sue for anyone else. I can speak up for myself in pro per, right? In my own defense, because that's allotted. Anyone who suggests that somehow anyone who believes that this lawsuit is a personal grudge or some sort of reaction, or like a tit for tat, or some sort of like gossipy drama, is sorely mistaken. This is a series of facts, a set of circumstances that occurred and are ongoing. And this is the only way to remedy. I tried calling the police. I called the FBI. I tried calling law enforcement. They aren't able at this time to integrate it or to do anything, I guess. This word, if you search the word gang stalking on YouTube, you get a Vice documentary. You get several search results that are, despite the fact that there are a number of newer materials about gang stalking, you get this Vice documentary is the number one thing, and it's all these people who are, whether I don't really know what is going on in these people's lives. I can say that other people have looked at my situation very superficially, in my opinion. Well, it's pretty obvious to me that they are, because they really, aren't inquiring. They're just assessing. You have to inquire a bit, reasonably so, in order to make a judgment. This is not about popularity. This is not about gaining views or getting. It's not I have already spoken on the lol suit culture, which is a form of gaslighting. Period. This is literally the result of damages. That's what the lawsuit stems from. Damages to my personal self, my body, my mind, my emotional, my spirit, my life. And that's what is being sued for. There's no gamesmanship here. I'm not trying to go after one person. Honestly, they did it. If I'm saying they did it, it's because they did it. Because I know better than to lie in a court document. I've never lied in a court document. Have I made a mistake here or there? Yes. Are they obviously mistakes and not lies? Yes. Yes. Any reasonable inquiry will easily pan out that I have not lied in any of the court documents. The same cannot be said for the defendants, per my knowledge of the facts. Chief Littleflower is being victimized by the defendants. That's a fact. She has no, that's true. So to deny that is to deny the facts. And I just want to make very clear to anybody who thinks it's trivial, so trivial that, they just don't. Look, I'm just going to say it. Apparently, the person who introduced me to the defendants, C.W. Chanter, has said, oh, he's suing Michael, then he's got my vote. And then when he was told that Mr. Holmes was also being sued, then he said, oh, well, now he doesn't. As though it is some sort of game. As though it's like some sort of gossipy, grudge issue, when it's absolutely not that. And to honestly, for a lawyer to take it so frivolously says a lot, especially when that very lawyer is the very person who abetted the beginning of it, who basically put me in the lion's den, or whatever you want to call it, threw me to the crocodiles. It's not a game. It's not being done to hurt anybody. I don't wish hurt upon anybody. I wish the opposite. But Mr. Chanter, I really would suggest that you contemplate the meaning of filing a lawsuit, why it's done. And then when you want to make another assessment about it and say something as a reaction to it, because you might like one of the defendants and you might not like the other, maybe consider that your preference on these people personally has absolutely nothing to do with why the lawsuit's been filed, nor why it should or shouldn't be filed. And as a lawyer, it's pretty absurd for you to even behave in this way. Your behavior is appalling. Do you not have any sense of seriousness at all? Any sense of urgency about anything? Do you not really care about the law? If you did, you would make a more informed response. It's not a joke. The presidency is not a joke either. I don't really tend to joke about serious topics. Unless, I'm neurodivergent, as they say. I would like to think I have a sense of humor, but when it comes to what's occurred and what has happened to me, the victimization I've suffered is no joke. It's not funny. It has nothing to do with whether you're friends or not with the defendants, whether you like them or don't. And for you to suggest that your friendship with the defendants means anything relative to the lawsuit, which I understand it was a reaction to some Mr. Bucky saying, I have not watched it, by the way. It's a reaction. Mr. Bucky asked you about my presidential run. And then you responded, oh, well, if he's suing Michael, he's got my vote. Well, first of all, why don't you just think about that for a second? What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Mr. Chanter? What does that even mean? What, you don't like Michael, so I should sue him? Are you not aware of the relationship between Mr. Thompson and Mr. Holmes? Are you somehow not aware of that? It's not a joke. This is not a joke. As much as the defendants would like to make it into one. In fact, Mr. Holmes, I think this is in 2021, said, I talked to my lawyer, and they said he would have to be believable for it to matter. And so they continued to gaslight, ruin my reputation, stalk me across all platforms, go into my live chat, toxify it, completely toxify it for years at my expense, at my personal expense. The suffering is real. That's why there's a lawsuit. It's not because you like somebody or you don't like somebody. It's not even because I like somebody or don't like somebody. It's because there was something done that caused damages, and now a remedy is required. Because it's the only option I have been left with. It wasn't my first option, but it's the only option I have at this point. And for you to trivialize it speaks volumes about your character. If you didn't trivialize it, I apologize. But I believe you don't really understand how serious this is. If you did, I think you might be more sympathetic. But the thing is, it doesn't really happen to you the way it happened to me, did it? Does it? Right? It doesn't. Like, I don't know why. I don't understand what the whole I don't understand this mentality of this. This is not a. You know what? I used to think there was this community. A community supports one another. They love one another and they're kind, and they're reasonable. And when they need to be harsh, they're harsh. It's not a joke. Real damage has been sustained, true emotional damage, and the damages are tripled, quadrupled by the vexatious defense being presented to me. The absolutely absurdist lies being told in court filings. Provable beyond a shadow of a doubt. Witnesses. There's tons of witnesses. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's more. And it's extremely serious. And I would appreciate, as a lawyer, you being the lawyer, Mr. Chanter, consider the gravity of the situation before you make it a popularity contest, which it is not. Do you know how sad it is? This is not what, like, not having a live chat because I will be stalked mercilessly and harassed incessantly with usernames, with accusations, with insults. What am I being deprived of? What did I do to deserve that? Not only what am I being deprived of, what damages are being done? It's not funny. It's not funny to me. I would never do a lawsuit if there was even remotely a question. And if anyone cares to read the analysis from Judge Kronstadt from the Central District of the Federal Court in California of Los Angeles, they will see he didn't find it to be frivolous either. He didn't throw it out as has been suggested. He didn't throw it away. He literally said, the jurisdiction isn't here. Take it to California court. Also, I would have you recognize that lawyers' fees have not been requested. Even though on a subject which, per my own reading, I'm not a lawyer, per my own reading, a subject matter toss is generally where lawyers' fees may be requested. But I think that there might have to be some vexatiousness to it for it to be practical for anyone to ask for lawyers' fees after they've abused an individual, me, ad nauseum, relentlessly, over and over and over and over. And I don't know how to be any clearer than this. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over, despite me calling the police, despite me calling the FBI, despite me crying, despite me yelling, despite me trying to be friendly, despite several attempts to try to mediate and diffuse. No, there was just no mercy for me. None. And that's where the lawsuit stems from, Mr. Chanter, and everybody else on the internet who thinks it's a joke, or there's this thing, lol suit. I would suggest some of you go to therapy and get some awareness. You're adults. Have some insight. So I understand some of you like to just constantly and mercilessly joke around and shitpost, sometimes people call it. Fine. I understand that my seriousness right now is why a lot of you won't take me seriously, because I'm being serious. That you'll either want to discredit me, or maybe you feel uncomfortable with seriousness. I don't know. I actually don't really know. But I do want to state this is very, 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 very serious to me. And that I have told zero lies. I have read the California procedure, code of civil procedure. I read the federal procedure when I was in federal court. I'm doing as much research as I can on an ongoing basis so I can best defend myself. And it looks way worse than I ever could have fathomed. I can't fathom the behavior of these lawyers. Simply can't fathom it. It makes no sense to me. This is the only, this is the main streaming platform. It's a giant. YouTube it's just a cesspool here. And I really don't appreciate being victimized. I just want to say Mr. Thompson has stated that he has not victimized any of the victims that he's victimizing currently. You're lying. You lied. You lied. You're a liar. You lied in a court briefing. You perjured yourself. You both did, because the quality and of the contact you've had with my home state, my forum state, also personal jurisdiction. You offer yourself up to California personal jurisdiction. Technically, in the northern district, it says in the terms and conditions, would be California nonetheless. The personal jurisdiction exists. Whether I have to go to Santa Clara, I mean, or maybe I could just, it will get refiled or moved there. That's a possibility. But there's no possible chance you have not availed yourself to the personal jurisdiction of California with your, even without YouTube's terms and conditions, which are fraudulent, essentially, I'm claiming, which makes it really, whoa, it doesn't even matter because you victimized me knowing where I lived. Literally, you name the building several times over and over, and you allude to it over and over. And the very title of the channel was The City I Live In. Laughingstock. Designed to harm my reputation and otherwise cause harm to me. Obvious infliction of emotional distress. Absurd. And I pray that those of you that don't understand now. I don't think I could talk at length. I'm not going to. I think if you don't get it by now, refrain from speaking about it. I can't make you stop, and I'm not going to go after you and sue you if you want to joke about it. That's your prerogative. I'm not going to watch it. I don't like sickening, vile material, obscene material. It's not fun. It's not fun for me to watch people suffer or to be attacked. It's just vile to me. But I would just urge you to consider the reality here and not make it about who you like and who you don't like. Because honestly, sometimes loving somebody means suing them. Because how else are they going to ever get the picture that they're causing harm to themselves and to others? Also, when you've sustained the amount of damage I have because of these people, you can't second guess it. It is what it is. It's obvious. There's a lot of witnesses. There's a lot of gamesmanship going on in the court. It won't be successful. It will not be successful. I will win. Why? Because I have a dearth or a very vast amount of truth, and facts, and documentation, which is the only reason why I, who take things way too seriously by some accounts, including telling the truth in court documents, something I take utterly seriously, more serious than my own feelings about anything. Telling the truth, I don't actually have grudges. I really have been hurt. And if, I'm not going to watch your channel, Mr. Chanter. So I'm not going to know. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. I just want to make sure that everyone was at least aware of my stance and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And in a lot of ways, Mr. Chanter, you're the genesis of a lot of this pain, and you contributed to it. I don't really have the time nor the know-how to really. I'm not going after people, okay? I'm not like choosing who I want to sue and who I don't want to sue. It's about the facts. It's about the facts. Really, it's about the facts. And let those facts bear out in court. It's also about what I'm able to do. What case I'm able to make with the facts I have. Documented. And I honestly do want to tell you guys, I love you all. I want the best for you. I do. I want the best for all of you, every one of you. And I wish you the best. And I pray that we can have a YouTube soon where this is not such an issue. Because it needn't be. It could be fun. It could be a lot more fun here. A lot more productive for all. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.